Hello, in this video, we talk about asylum interview questions based on race and ethnicity. Race discrimination is when you are treated unfairly because of your race or because of the race of someone you are connected with, such as your partner. Race includes color, nationality, citizenship, and ethnic or national origins. What is your complete full legal name? What is your date of birth? What country and city were you born in? Where do you currently live? Are you married? If yes, what is your spouse's name? Do you have any children? If yes, how many children, and what are their names? What is your mother name? What is your father name? What were your parents doing for a living? What was their occupation? Who was providing the income for the family? Can you describe the environment in which you grew up? Rural or urban? Your family's financial position? Have any of your family members ever been involved in politics, other relevant activities? Where did you go to school? Until what age did you go to school? What is your highest level of education? When did you complete your education? Do you have any work experience? How did you support yourself? Please give details. Where did you last live in your country of origin? What do you think will happen to you if you go back to your country? Who do you think will do this to you? Why do you think they will treat you in this way? What is the majority ethnic group in your home country? What ethnic group do you belong to? How is your group distinguished from other groups? Characteristics. Do your parents both belong to this group? If you are married or have a partner, did your spouse or partner belong to the same group? How did you come to belong to that group? How was it decided that you belong to that group? Can you please describe the appearance, language, family, socio-economic group, etc., if they are different to other groups in your home country? What are cultural, ideological, linguistic characteristics of your ethnic group? Does your ethnic group have any specific political affiliations? If so, can you describe these? What are the religious beliefs of the ethnic group? In what way do you practice your religion? What are the government's or other groups' policies relating to the ethnic group? What is your ethnic group's access to government services, protection, education, medical treatment, or employment? Are there differences to other ethnic groups? How does your ethnic group relate to the dominant ethnic group? Is this group different from the group governing your country? What are societal attitudes and media treatment of your ethnic group? How is your ethnic group represented in politics or authorities? How is your ethnic group organized? Elders, traditional leaders, political leaders. Can you name these leaders? Was the group you belong to specifically targeted? If yes, by whom, why, and how? If your group was targeted, did you have any individual, specific problems because of your membership of this group? Did you hold any position in the group, or did you have any group-related activities? If you held any position in the group or carried out activities, was there any indication that the authorities have noticed this? What responsibilities did your position impose upon you? What do you fear would happen to you should you be returned to your home country? Death, torture, detention, harassment. Who do you fear? Who is as likely to be responsible for the persecution you suffered or will suffer? Government, police, militias, other clan, tribe, group. Have you, your family, or close friends or colleagues ever been tortured, harmed? If yes, please give details. What happened to you, or others with a similar profile, before you left your country? When did it happen? Where did it happen? Who did it? Can you describe the treatment to which you were subjected? How many times were you subjected to this? How often? Was it by the same person? Did the treatment happen as part of an interrogation? If yes, what were the questions asked? Who asked them? How long did the interrogation last? Do you have any visible marks on your body as a result of the torture, mistreatment? If they have disappeared, did anybody see these marks before? Who? When? Were there any witnesses? How did you respond? Why did you respond in this way? Were there any witnesses? Determine who witnessed the events and what their reactions were. Did anybody try to protect you? If so, what were their motives and what happened to them? If there were no witnesses, why not? Do you know if it has happened to anyone else? Do you think it will happen to you again if you go back? Why or why not? Do you think anything else will happen to you? Have you ever been arrested? Why were you arrested? Who arrested you? The police, the military authorities, any other authorities, political groups, private individuals? When they arrested you, did they take a picture of you? Did they take fingerprints? Which finger, hand? Do you have a report of the arrest? If not, why not? Have you ever been interrogated? By whom? How many interrogated you? Can you describe the physical setting of the interview room? Can you draw it? Were there any other persons present in the room? What questions were asked? How were they asked? How long did the interrogation last? Were you charged? If so, with what? If not, how were you released? If arrested, have you ever been detained? What was the reason for your detention? For how long have you been detained? During your detention time, did you keep a record of the time you spent in prison? Did you count the number of days? If multiple arrests, detention, document each separately. Date of arrest, date and mode of release, period of imprisonment, detaining authority, where, what was the charge, place, and conditions of detention. How many people were detained in your cell? How many detainees in the ward building prison? What were they detained for? Political offense, common law. Were you asked to stand, sit, squat when receiving an order or listening to the prison warden? Were you interrogated, guarded, by persons of the same sex? Were men and women detained in the same place? Were they separated? How? How were you treated at any other time? How were you treated during arrest, interrogation, or detention? Please describe. Did you have any specific problems in prison? What actions did you take to stop these problems? Did your family and friends know where you were detained? If yes, were they allowed to visit you? Did you receive any visits other than your family and friends, such as lawyer, members of your former group, religious groups, non-governmental organizations, and international organizations? Did the International Committee of the Red Cross visit and register you? Did another NGO or anyone else whom you did not know visit you? What did they say and what did they do? Can you describe a typical day in prison? Example: time of meals, working time, sleeping time, recreation. Can you draw a map layout of your cell, prison? Where was the location of the prison? How many stories was the building in which you were kept? At which level were you detained? Can you please draw a picture of what you could see when inside the cell? How was the door? How big? What material was it made of? Were there any windows? Can you draw them? Were you allowed to send or receive mail? Do you have any documents from the time of your arrest, detention? Can you get any? How did you get out of detention? Was there a trial? If yes, please give details. When? Where? Did you have legal representation? If yes, what was the name of your lawyer? Names of judge and prosecutor? Was there any sentence passed? Can you draw the layout of the tribunal that day? Where were you sitting? How did you get out of detention? Under what circumstances? Release or escape? Did you have to sign any bond or legal document to be released? Did you benefit from a reduction of the term? If yes, how did it happen? How much reduction? How much time has lapsed between when you got out of detention and the time of departure from your country? Do you have any release certificates? If not, why? After your release, did you have to report to the authorities? How often? Do you have any consequences of your stay in detention? Example: injuries. Do you still, or did you ever experience medical problems as a result of torture, mistreatment? Can you describe them? If yes, have you ever received medical treatment? What is the name of the person who provided medical treatment? Where was it provided? For how long? What treatment were you provided? Name of the drug. For how long did you use it? Did the medical personnel in question make a formal diagnosis of torture or mistreatment? Did they report to anyone about this? Do you have any documents relating to your medical treatment? Can you get any? Did you approach the authorities of your country for protection and assistance? If no, why? If yes, what did you do? How? Specify dates, kind of steps taken, and places and authorities. Has there been any police or judicial action? What was the result? Did you report your fears of mistreatment to any authorities in your country? If yes, when and to whom did you report it? Did the authorities take any action? Have you ever moved to a different town or village or to another part of your country to avoid persecution, torture, or mistreatment? If yes, where did you move? When did you move? How long did you stay there? Were you in hiding? How did you evade those people pursuing you? If no, why not? Do you think the authorities in your home country can and will protect you if you return? Why not? Is there anywhere else you can go to in your country where you will be safe? Why not? Why do you think those whom you fear will be able to track you down wherever you go? How do you think they will do this? Have you made any contact with persons in your home country? When was the last time you spoke with these people? Have they heard any news from your persecutors that have persisted after you left the country? Are you aware of any indications that your persecutors, agents of harm, are still looking for you? Are you aware of any news about treatment of any of your family members, friends, associates, which might suggest that you would still be of interest to your persecutors, agents of harm, if you now returned? How did you leave your country? Did you leave your country of origin legally or illegally? How did you physically leave your country? Did you pass through customs immigration? What mode of transportation did you use? How did you access and pay for it? Did you have to bribe anybody? Who? How much did you pay? And where? How was the money obtained? Did you use a passport to cross the border? If yes, was it a genuine or a fake passport? Did you have any difficulty when you left the country? If you think that the state is pursuing you, why do you think they did not try to stop you leaving the country? If you are in possession of a genuine passport, how and when have you obtained it? Is it still valid? Which authority issued it? Did this authority know about your background? Does it contain all your true information? How, when did you procure the necessary visas? If you are in possession of a fake passport, how and when have you obtained it? How much did you pay for it? Does it carry your real name? Did anyone help you escape? Who? Give details. Did you pay a broker or agent for your travel? If yes, who? How much? What was your intended destination? Why? What was your first country of protection? When you came out of your home country, to which country did you intend to go? What was your reason for going there? Why you went to that particular country, how you entered the country, and how you first made contacts, and any other relevant details. Did you stay longer than the time strictly necessary for mere transit? Why? How long? How you survived while in that country, what type of activities or work you did, what the duration of stay was, and so on. When you arrived in your first country of protection, did you approach UNHCR office or local authorities for protection? If not, why not? Did you have the possibility to lodge an application for protection? If yes, get details of the application. If no, get explicit details of why he or she did not apply. Did you cross any other countries, towns? How long were you there and why? Were you safe? What did you do? Why did you leave? How did you survive? Why did you decide to come from another country to the present country? Why did you choose to leave the first country of protection? How did you leave? Where did you go to next? Are you willing to return to your country of first protection? Is it possible for you to return to your country of first protection? Describe your fears of returning to your home country. When were you first aware of these fears, and how long have you held them? Are you aware of other people in a similar situation who have returned and suffered the things you fear? There anything you could do to protect yourself should you return? Are you in contact with persons facing the same risk still living in your home country? Have you been to your embassy or have had contact with your government? Have you obtained or renewed your passport or visa at your embassy or consulate? How or when will your changed circumstances come to the attention of the government, other agents of persecution in your home country? Thank you for watching this video. Please subscribe my channel. Good luck.